Shelley, would you do a roll call for us, please?
Yes, ma'am. Jody Fishinghawk. Here. Denise Taylor.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
He's here.
Joe Bird. Julia Coates. Here. Gina Fulbright. Dawn Garvin. Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Hannah Glory Jordan. Lee Keener.
Honey.
Dick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell.
Here.
David Thornton. Victoria Vesquez. David Walkingstick. Kara Callan Watts. We do have a forum.
Okay. You have in your book the meetings from the May 11th reconvened session and the May 28th regular session. Trust you've had a chance to look them over.
Make a motion that both be approved.
Have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes from May 11th and May 28th. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay. That carries. So we will, I don't see Sean Slayton. Yes, Hannah? Okay. And then, the treasurer's office also had something, she does have a representative here.
Hi, I'm Brandy James. I'm the manager of administrative operations, and treasurer just wanted to mention that her written report stands, and if you have any questions, then she may call it email. Thank you.
And then I do see Diane Kelly back there. Every time.
I understand everybody's wanting to get out of here, so my report stands. The only thing I just want to say is that last week we were notified that we got $6.5 million in Department of Labor funds. I'll tell you about it next month.
Diane, I did want to make one comment on your training completions. I don't know if it's just never stood out to me before, but your numbers are pretty high in that, and those are marketable skills to go to work tomorrow. And so I'm glad to see that you're kind of concentrating on those vocational things.
Thank you.
Keep up the good one. Okay, yes.
I had a question, please.
Okay.
I'd like to hear about that. I don't especially want to go right now. Time.
I was just telling everybody we had places to go and people to see, so I just said, I'll just let my report stand.
Well, I've been asked a lot of questions about that, and so I was wondering if you could expound on that for us so we can answer questions when we're at.
Well, we don't have the grant yet. We were just notified last week that it was coming. We don't actually have the grant award. Once we get the grant award, then there could be some modifications that we're gonna have to make. Normally there is, and I can tell you the amount, it's $6,538,730. The three primary areas are for manufacturing jobs, for hospitality, and for health. Those are the three primary, and there's sub areas like welders, electricians, plumbers, pipe fitters, truck drivers, food prep, desk clerks, nurses, home health aides, radiology, pharmacy techs. Those are the areas that we actually spot up amongst on-the-job training for manufacturing jobs, classroom training, but it's customized training. The training has to relate with the areas that we actually went into. It can't be just anybody walking in off the door, you know, and you say, well, put this person on classroom training. It's already spelled out specifically what you have to do with the money. And we also have a training component that we're actually going to be subcontracting with the NORA group, which is all over the 14 counties, to do our data collecting for us. And there's a work experience component. Our director, Brenda Fitzgerald, is going to move over into that and oversee it. She was one of the people that was instrumental in working on the grant. Kim Carroll drafted the grant. Deborah Lack did the budget modification and the budget justifications. And I went out and got all the contractual agreements with all the different entities.
What are some of them?
Mid-America Industrial Park, the Cherokee Casino, Hotel, Restaurant area, the Oklahoma State University, the VOTEX, the Workforce Investments for the Northeast and for the Eastern area, the Pipe Fitters Union, local union hall in Tulsa, the Truck Driver Training Program, let's see, the Nora Group, Job Corps, State Department of Commerce, and, I think that's pretty much it. And then I have to have an advisor group from them. That's it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Good job. Thank you.
Anything else?
Okay,
Anytime, Sheriff.
that's it. Thank you, Diane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there anybody here from Commerce? Okay, and I don't see Condesa either, so we will catch up with those two the next time. Yes, sir.
Point of inquiry. Why is there no one here to report?
I couldn't answer that.
Okay. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
I'd like to amend the agenda to add to new business this resolution for a donation of surplus equipment to Adair County Fair Board.
Okay.
To
I ha-
new business?
It's new business.
We'll make that number 2, probably. Okay, so I have a motion and a second to amend the agenda to add this resolution. All those in favor? Any opposition? Okay, so we'll do that after we do our budget one. Moving on to tarot certifications. We have a list in our book.
I'll make a motion they be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second that they be approved as long as the list is comprehensive. You all right with it, John?
This was right here is, we haven't actually done the interviewing on this because we set it back a week for, oh, okay, never mind, okay,
We ran a month behind.
okay, that's fine.
Okay, so all those in favor of the tarot certifications that are in our book indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Very good. Moving on to cemetery restoration.
I believe you should have an updated.
Looks like there's a few new ones on there this month.
Shelley, was there a new one on that, or was that stayed the same?
Did you not get it, Jody?
There's not a new one? No. Oh, okay, okay.
We have one in our book that ends with Muldrow Memory Garden.
I'll make a motion they be approved.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Lee, we have a motion and a second to approve the cemetery assistance. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition?
Point of clarification, that was the one in the book, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so, moving on to community assistance.
There is a new list, and I have some additions also.
Okay.
We have, Mays County Sheriff Department for $1,000 for Janice. Indian Women's Pocahontas Club, $600 for Victoria. Kenwood Community Group, $400 for Curtis. Rural Water District Number 1, $1,000 split, 500 Joe and 500 David Walkenstick. Oklahoma Fire, $500, it's split, $250 Joe, $250 David. And Kara is redirecting $2,100 to DVIS from some other groups that hadn't turned in paperwork, so.
Okay, were there anything that anybody wanted to get on this list that did not get mentioned or is not on the list in the book?
Make a motion they be approved.
Have a motion and a second to approve the community assistance. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Okay, those carry. The law enforcement, I guess, is the list that's in the book, Jody?
There's,
There's a new one,
should be a new one on that also.
and I have some edits.
Excuse me?
There is a new one on that one.
There was a new thing.
Yeah, we just got it.
Last one I have is Craig County Sheriff.
Okay, so there's two additions, on there. If everybody has a chance to, oh, maybe, okay, I see what happened.
Madam Chair, I'd like to. make
Yes, I'm
some-
sorry, Counselor Callan Watts, what did,
I'd like to appropriate $3,805.53 to Catoosa Police Department, the same to Collinsville Police Department, and I already informed you, I'll work with her on paperwork. Owasso Police Department, Sperry Police Department, and Skytook Police Department. And I think I have a penny left or something. So, like, in addition to that, so $3,805.54 to Rogers County Sheriff. And it may actually round up almost to 55, whatever's left.
Right, we'll make sure
You want that?
zero's out, so.
Thank you.
you're welcome. Any other changes that need to be made before we vote on that one? Very good.
Motion be approved.
Have a motion and a second to approve the law enforcement funding. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Alrighty. Okay, roads.
We have a new roads report this month also, and the additions are highlighted in orange.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the new roads. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, and we do have new sports team list here.
Yes, new sports team, the last one is Salina Indians.
What Indian?
Salina.
Fine.
Make a motion to be approved.
Have a motion and a second to approve the sports team funding. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? That carries. Okay, brings us down to the livestock. I
No,
may not have changed.
no new ones.
Looks like the last activity in livestock was in May.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second on the livestock funding. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? We have no old business pending, so that brings us to our budget request.
I'll make a motion.
Motion and a second on the budget modification. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, so the budget mod carries. Okay, now our amended item, Counselor Hargis, would you like to
This
introduce
is
that?
a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation to donate air conditioning units to the Adair County Fair Board in Adair County, Oklahoma, and I motion, put that in form of a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second on this resolution. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Okay, so by way of announcements, our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, July 30th at 3. Does anybody have other announcements? Nope.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor? Any opposition? We are adjourned at 3:16.